Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into something that's hiding right under our noses. We're talking about the alphabet, but not as a simple tool for writing. What if it's actually a blueprint, a guide to meaning itself? I mean, think about it. We use letters every single day to build words, but we almost never stop to think about their order. Why A, then B, then C? What if that sequence isn't just some random historical accident? What if it's a deliberate, hidden structure? Okay, let's dive into this, because that's the wild idea behind a system called the alphabetical code. It imagines the alphabet not as a list, but as a kind of architectural plan for understanding reality itself. So, to even begin to understand this code, we have to look at how it's built. And this is not a random jumble of symbols. No, this is a structure built in really specific logical stages. The whole point is to assign a deep meaning to 28 of the alphabet's 30 letters, all through a 7-stage process. Now, this code is built on the Serbian Cyrillic alphabet. Its foundation, its core, rests on 4 key pillar letters. You've got A kicking things off as the absolute beginning, and sh way at the other end as the absolute end, then holding the middle together are M and N, the 2 crucial midpoints. And to make the whole thing stable, you add these structural supports, kind of like beams, the I, J, and R, S pairs. Together, they create this really stable, symmetrical frame to build on. All right, so with that foundation set, the blueprint moves into its 5th stage of construction. And this is where 4 brand new, absolutely crucial letters get introduced to really expand the design. First up is the Cyrillic letter D, which is our D. It's the 5th letter in the sequence. But in this code, it's so much more than just a sound. It actually embodies these big concepts: depth, giving, and doing. You can think of it as this really active, foundational energy. And right next to it, we've got D or D, the 6th letter. This one is all about connection. It symbolizes a djerdan, that's the Serbian word for a necklace, which is just a perfect metaphor for a connecting loop. It also stands for the deacon, a figure of service, and, that relentless curiosity of a student. Now, let's jump all the way towards the end of the alphabet. Here we find our 3rd new letter, the Cyrillic F or F, sitting at position 25. And wow, this one carries some heavy symbolism. The phoenix for total rebirth, the intensity of focus, and the deep intellectual pursuit of philosophy. And our final new component for this stage is U, our U, the 24th letter. Its meaning is just fascinating. It stands for ušće, which is the Serbian word for a confluence, the place where 2 rivers join. It also represents a turn inward, to the interior, and the whole process of learning itself. But look, the placement of these 4 letters is not random at all. It is totally strategic. D and Da, sitting there at positions 5 and 6, they activate the first 5th of the alphabet. And at the other end, you've got U and F at 24 and 25, and they activate the final 5th. They're like these powerful bookends, energizing the beginning and the end of the entire structure. But here's where it gets really cool. These 4 letters don't just act alone. According to the code, their real power, their true potential, is unlocked when they start interacting with each other. They forge this entirely new network of meaning. So by combining these 4 letters, D, Da, F, and U, in every possible 2-letter combination, you get 12 unique new pairs. 12 pairs of power that just dramatically expand what the code can express. The whole system just got way more complex. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing how it works in practice. So you combine 2 letters and poof, you get a new concept. Take D and U. Together, they form Duma, which translates to the spirit of the mind. Or let's combine F and D. You get Phoneme-to-grapheme, the find necklace, a beautiful symbol of elegant connection. And this right here, this quote gets to the absolute heart of the system. It says, these aren't just word games. No, each pair carries a specific vibration and meaning. They're seen as these energetic forces, and their true significance can actually shift and change depending on how you're using them. So the structure is growing. It's getting more and more complex. But the blueprint still isn't finished. It needs one final element, a defining boundary that gives the whole system its ultimate shape. So what is it? What's the final threshold? When you have this long chain of interconnected letters, what could possibly define the boundary between the main structure and the absolute final end? The answer isn't another letter. It's a metaphor, the final barrier. The ultimate line in the sand for this alphabetical code is a river. The symbolic logic here is just beautiful. The code takes the alphabet's second to last letter, J, or DJ, which represents this powerful, dynamic transition. It combines that with A, the symbol for the very beginning, the source of everything. And together they form the river J, a kind of metaphysical, energetic boundary that separates the main alphabet from its final conclusion. And this brilliantly illustrates the final blueprint. On one side, you've got this whole interconnected chain of 28 letters. On the other side, the very last letter, She, stands completely alone like a solitary guardian. And separating them, that's the metaphorical river J, which both divides the structure and gives it its ultimate boundary. So let's just step back for a second and look at the whole thing, the completed design. This code is proposing that an alphabet isn't just marks on a page, it's a multi-stage construction project for meaning itself. So the crucial point is this. The code is a living, dynamic system, built carefully, layer by layer. Individual letters act as bridges, connecting different parts of the alphabet. Then letter pairs combine to create these totally new emergent ideas. The whole thing is designed to bring meaning to almost the entire alphabet, culminating in that powerful metaphor of the river, which gives the grand design its final shape and purpose. And that's really where we have to leave it. Whether you see this code as a literal truth or a beautiful metaphor, it pushes us to ask a really compelling question. If a structure this complex and beautiful can be hidden in something as familiar as the alphabet, what other maps of meaning are out there, all around us, just waiting to be read? Thanks for watching.